Dun, 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 dun. I need to see how long my buffer played. Completing my finishing touches. Oh, wait a minute. I know what's going on with that. Oh, there we go. We have Oddcast. I'm coming in right about now, guys. Give me one button press. Bada boom. What is going on, guys? Okay. What's going on? It's Ice Cold. This is the Ice Cold No Pressure Podcast. It's season 0, episode 2. I did one last night. It was September 11th. Pay your respects to those during that tragic event. But we're not gonna that's not what it's about. Um, right now we're just going to get into the show. Because quick reminder, I'm streaming this on live right now on Mixer, YouTube, and Twitch. And I'm also will be making a audio recording of this. Let me go ahead and get that going because I almost forgot about that. So, rocky start. Anyway, but like I previously mentioned, I did a show yesterday, and with that, and just real quick, I'm gonna let you know I talked about a couple of my thoughts in regards of gaming, streaming, and a lot about myself in terms of what's gonna happen with me and making a brand for myself and building a streaming channel. So you ain't missed too much because I'm gonna say this a few times throughout my career doing this. Um, but today, same format pretty much. I'm gonna keep it light. So I'm trying to go no more than 30 minutes. I would like the minimum be 30 minutes and maybe the max 45s. But I feel like if I don't reach 30 minutes, then it's like I'm literally just talking to the camera for whatever reason. I don't think you reach podcast until you reach 30 minutes or more. So that's me though. So hopefully we'll get 30 minutes. I got another outline today. I'm going to be working on that. That's going to be one of my things I'm going to try to focus on for the next few weeks because this is going to be the um the project right now is the podcast. I have given myself about a month to not perfect it, but at least be somewhere in a comfortable zone. And hopefully, maybe by that time, I can start editing and getting that done by myself. I'm having a girlfriend help me with that. But let's get into it. Let's get into it. It's midnight. Well, excuse me. It's 12:12. So this is 9/12/2019, day 2, episode 2 of the show. This might be the only one for this week. Oh, use a faster encoding preset. Hmm. I'm just looking at some of the stuff on my OBS. I gotta pay attention to that so I don't be doing too much. All right, topic 1. The first topic. So I've asked myself about 3 questions, and within those questions are pretty much 2 other questions, just to keep myself on track. Cause I would tangent the hell out of this thing. But first question is, pardon that. Oh man, I can hear that. Oh, the mic is too good. You can hear all the lip smacking. Ugh. So why am I streaming, and what do I plan to do with it? And with that, it's basically to game and maybe bring something out of it. It's now that we have the streaming technology for like the last 15 years, it's come a long way, and I want to take advantage of that to a degree. It's not that I want to be famous or be known too much. Well, I do have plans that I think I could utilize streaming for. And on top of that, me being a gamer, I could have fun doing it. Why not? Why not take a different avenue? So it's not just an excuse for me to game and then being out there. It's an excuse to game, but also I have a higher motive that will be revealed at a later time. I'm not gonna do that just yet. I'm still working out some stuff, a lot of stuff, but I do have several drafts of it pretty worked out, and I'm excited because I think it'll be something pretty cool, something that a lot of people will be interested in. But yeah, to use this platform, whether it's Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube, and of course there's Facebook out there. I know there's other private streamer companies trying to make a rise, but those are the four big behemoths. I'm only on the first three. I haven't done Facebook yet. Don't know if I will, but maybe I will have to if things go right. Um, but to use that platform and to have fun, you know, it's right now it's a hobby. It's a hobby more than it's some type of future business. But I'm approaching it like a hobby. I mean, like a business. I'm trying to build a brand, but I want to remain in the factor that this is more for the fun than anything. If what I have planned out doesn't work out, I tried, and all I'm doing is not, you know, going a certain avenue as opposed to maybe a plan B or a plan C. And I do have goals for this. Otherwise, as a hobby, I do have goals because what's the point of having a hobby if you're not going to have some type of goal? So with that being said, I do have goals in terms of building a community. It's something that I've always wanted to do, like way back when I first started gaming. And by the now, I wasn't when I first started gaming. I would say definitely during my Halo days, because that was Xbox that came out. On Xbox Live had came out around 2002, 2003. And just the thought of having a clan, like that was the first time having a clan where you'd be like, okay, even though we're in different rooms or even, different part of the city, we can still play together. And the thought of having more than just three or four best friends coming over, you can have a clan where, you don't need a leader, but at the same time, you had, hey, John, what you doing? Let's jump on and let's kick some ass real quick, or for the evening. So that's exciting. That was exciting. It never panned through. And that's just me. I'm not saying I'm antisocial, but I have a introverted way where I'm content. But a part of me was like, oh, it'd be cool to have just friends at any time that you could just jump on the game with. And even though I'm in my 30s now, I would like to kind of bring that dream back. So to build a community is probably my biggest part. There's Grand Theft Auto, there's the Battlefield series, all these games that I've been playing, and just otherwise, a few cool people I might meet. Either on my part, I don't come back enough, or the person I thought was cool to play with, he or she was just doing something else, and that was it. So I would love to be in the forefront of building a community, which is gonna take a lot of work on me because, like I said, I'm like that close to be antisocial. Like I don't mind talking, but I always find my time a lot more precious nowadays. So if I have to force myself to play now, I'd rather just play by myself at that point. So it seems like it's going backwards at the same time, but I think some people would get it. Like I don't know. But anyway, like I said, it's something I'm working on, something I want to work on. I would love to be able to play Monster Hunter. I want to get into Monster Hunter, but that's a time-consuming game, in my opinion. I don't want to just jump in and kill a monster. But all right, guys, that was fun. I want to be able to sit down and binge, marathon play like I used to, yo. I want to do that. I want to have people to do that other than just myself. I want to meet somebody else that's cool and somebody else, and just keep meeting other people, and hopefully just have a good evolution of that type of community. If the music is too loud, leave a note in the comment or just say cut it down some. I have it in my ear right now, but it's going to sound different coming from this mixer towards whoever's listening to on the stream. So I say so a lot too. I have to work on that, but hopefully that could be some constructive criticism someone can give me. I'm gonna let my girlfriend listen to this, and she's an audio file, so she'll let me know. So. What do I have? But so after the community, building a community, playing with possibly new good friends, I would be lying if I didn't say if somehow I did not get the benefit of potential financial ventures. You see a lot of, not even talking about Ninja or Shroud or Cabby or Maximilian, but there's a lot of up and comers and consistent streamers. They may not be big names, but they have that fan base and they have that subscription fee or people that just want to donate on a constant basis. I would be lying if I didn't say I didn't want that. That's the dream. I think that's I I I know I'm not aiming for the sun on this one, even though they tell you to, but I would aim more for the moon. I guess I don't want it to be my relying. I don't want to rely on gaming and getting donations or even subscriptions, because that could cut it off at any time. But if I could make part time wages with this, sign me up. I think I would. That would be the bee's knees, yo. Not for real though, but that would be pretty pivotal to me. That would be a game changer. You make so much amount doing part time, and then you come home and you're getting that exact same amount, but you're playing a game. You're doing your hard work behind the scenes. You're doing your edits and you're networking, but in the forefront, you're playing a game and you're having fun. Because who's ever playing the video games or PC and doing it just for work, I think they're doing it wrong. I don't ever want this to feel like work. That's probably why I wouldn't want to make it full time ever. I would rather it be enough where I could go part time at one job and then you know use that extra time to build on the brand or to maybe even find a different better job. So yeah, I would want that. That's one of the goals to get to some point where I do have enough of a fan base and enough of a following to justify people giving me money. So this is why I'm doing what I'm doing now. I think that was a question I had asked last night, and pretty much was what's the point? Why am I doing a podcast? Why am I streaming? And this is why I would love to have that. Uh, But that's not the main goal because if I make that the main goal, I'm gonna go past all the fun stuff. It's gonna become work. I'm gonna get frustrated with the not the one thing, but with a big thing that I really enjoy in my life, which is playing games, whether it's by myself, with my girlfriend, with my cousin or my sister, or just a fun random person. It's not gonna be fun. I do not want that. Not at all. So that was the first topic. If I had more people, this would be a good topic to bring up. So this is gonna come up more than tonight. Tonight, yesterday, and probably the next. I want to say the next four of these, maybe eights, depending on how froggy I'm feeling. Because I might try to do two or three a week. Oh, excuse me. Definitely two for now, and then once I feel comfortable, I'm gonna cut back to one. Ooh, hold on, guys. Let me pause real quick. I need to check my presets. Da-da-da-da. Um, Let me just go super fast. See how that works. And plus, yeah. So, yeah, that's a key top. I want to get that out the way. I could probably talk more about it, but it really just be branching out into other topics and what I said in the last 5 minutes. I think that's pretty good. That's a pretty good answer, I think. So I have topic two. Topic two was last month was my first full year of streaming, and that was an up and down in terms of consistency. My consistency was great. I think there might have been a week or two where I didn't stream at all, but I did have a schedule. And I did stream pretty consistently to whatever I had made my schedule have to be. That schedule did change, but the weekends I stream just about every weekend between 6 to 12 hours. Tuesday nights, maybe once or twice a month, I would stream Tuesday night, Wednesday and Thursdays. That was a mixture of experimenting and figure out what I'm going to do with that. So Wednesdays was kind of like a couples co-op week. I mean, a couple co-ops day with my girlfriend, and Thursday would be like a bonus stream if we weren't doing anything. And I kind of dropped that just to not focus too much on the gaming aspect. As crazy as that sound, I wanted to kind of started doing more research and studying for other projects. So Wednesdays and Thursdays, like today's a Wednesday, but I had the house to myself today, so I'm just kind of using the time to get a bonus day of this in. But with that being said, like I said, I did a whole year pretty much with a decent schedule where it didn't change dramatically. It wasn't like I couldn't figure it out. I just stopped. It was I always kept my Friday and Saturdays, and then the weekdays, if nothing was going on, I would try to get that bonus. The goal is maybe out of 7 days, I would love to get three 3 days and maybe a bonus day. Three solos, with the community, and then I do have a plan to be doing another co-stream, try to make that a regular feature again. So 4 days, I think four. Once things get easier for me, and smoother, and especially if I have people swinging by more often, I would definitely love to have 4 days. Because I think 2 days I do work. I work during the week regardless, but the weeknights are usually mine. So to have 4 days, 4 solid days for the end game, then other 3 days I could just be either I'm personal trained. I could either be doing some type of work or relaxing, and because I'm always relaxing playing the game, so it's not like. But it will definitely give me that break, because even though I used to game every day, it was it's different back then when you're younger. Now it's like I can't game every day, not like that, not 8 hours a day. I could game every day, but 2 days would be like more like a passing phase. So I'm like, you know what? Let me get a couple hours in and just relax and decompress and woosah, just woosah it out there, and then get on with life. But 3 or 4 days of just hardcore bop bop, streaming and gaming and having fun and seeing what happens. Yeah, yeah, let's do that. That'd be great. But so my thoughts on that year, one big thing was scheduling, timing, time management, like I was talking about. Um, it was interesting to fit that in because there were some days where I was like, can I weigh this against something else of a responsible nature? It's not like I would call it a work to stream or pass up overtime because at that point, that's money I know I'm going to get. But this is a hobby, and not only just a hobby, it's a hobby that could become something fruitful. So there are times where like, should I be playing this game for the 6 hours, or should I be doing maybe something else more constructive or something more fruitful for that time? You know, maybe I could be looking up or doing more research, which that's what I'm starting doing right now. I've come to a point where the gaming is fun. I've got, my laptop is doing the best it can, and I need to do more research in terms of the brand, because it's not just about the gaming part. It's I have to know what if I want to build this community and I need more out like Discord, social media, um, just the networking aspect in itself is something else. So I started taking some time away just from other things. Like my Saturdays, I always stream, but I do take a little bit of extra time on Saturdays to use that and look at more things and not just the game longer. Because it's like I said, it's gonna take more than just game. It's gonna take pizzazz. It's gonna take some gumption, and it's fun. Like I'm gonna start studying again and get some other stuff done. So the time management was is a big thing, and with that, in that you figure out how you want to grow, and I'm gonna talk about that. In I think topic two is probably the biggest. This might go longer than 30 minutes to be honest. Oh no, I didn't even come on watch y'all. But yeah, this might go 40. This might do a 45 minutes. I was gonna do nothing but 30 minutes for the next six, but this might go 45. If that, if that. Um, so the biggest thing in how to grow is definitely the networking part. Networking is. I learned very early about how I want to network, or how I didn't want to network, and then I think the last month, last 2 or 3 months, it's hitting me how I want to network. And this is the week that I decided to start making that move. I Yeah, yeah. I kind of wish I'd put more time into focusing on that. But this is gonna be like a trial, not trial by fire, but like on the job type training. I have a rough draft and I have a couple rough drafts. I've got some help, and I feel like if I wait any longer, I'm gonna lose out on it. So I'm kind of in that position where let's go ahead and just pull the trigger, and as long as we have more than just the bare minimum, we can make it work. So with the networking, you know, first elephant in the room for a lot of streamers, especially starting streamers, is the follow for follow. I don't think it's as big as it is now, but I know when I started, that was all I saw. Follow for follow, follow for follow, 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 follow. I was like, oh my god, and I fell into it just for like that first couple weeks, because I thought that was the the standard, that what you're supposed to do. Hey, I'm following you, follow me, because it makes sense. Like, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. However, with this being the age of numbers, Instagram, Facebook, especially Instagram, because it's all about the followers, it's all about the views. Whether those views are legit or not, people don't care. So that's where that's where Josh or Ice Cold came into play. Like, what, that's not right. I don't want to do that. I've always rather have quality over quantity, depending on the situation. That's one of the situations where I think it matters. You may have 100 views, or not 100 views, but you may have 2,500 followers. But if 75 to 90% of them are bots, or volleyball is just hardcore hot potato. Facts. But if maybe lose my train of thought. But let me say this. What was I gonna say? Yeah, but if 75 to 90% of those followers are just bots, or people following you so they can follow them, then it's not real. It's not real at all. And so I nipped that in the bud real fast. I took that off. It wasn't like a hashtag on one of my Instagram posts, so I took that off because it's not real. You know, what's the point of celebrating your 200th follower, your 1,000th follower, if they're not all real? They're not coming back, so you're not getting what you're supposed to get when you stream. You're just getting numbers. So it's an empty victory in my opinion. Uh, Perfect example was a couple weeks ago. I was streaming. Mixer, Twitch, and I had two guys come by on Twitch. Which I'm not on Twitch that much, but I thought that was cool. First thing they chatted me was, "Hey, I followed you. Make sure you follow me back." And because I had the mic and the camera on, I say, thank you for the follow, but I'll make sure to either check your page, and if I like it, I will follow it. I'm not gonna just follow you blindly because you followed me. If you want to take that follow off, you're more than welcome to. I'm not gonna be mad at you, but you got to be real about it. And I think both of them retracted that follow. So, and then like I said, the second guy said the exact same thing. He was just like, "Following you, can you follow me back?" Not even, yo, can you check can you check my page? Can you, if you like it, give me a follow. Which is what I started doing after I got wise to the number pads. You wouldn't, in fact, I think if you could, if you looked at all my posts after a certain date, I don't ask for follows. I don't ask for follows. At the very most, I would say check out my page, and if you like it, hit me up, and that would be it. If I, if I followed you for a reason because you had something that interests me. I'm like, okay, I would love to get that notification, come back and see if this is a thing that I like. So that's why I follow people. And Instagram has that community, which is it's not a bad thing. I'm not knocking it, but it's it's really it's a murky area in terms of trying to network because I'm a small streamer, obviously, and do I think I don't know, like it's cool to support small streamers, your fellow man, of course, your fellow woman, but it's gonna be tough because we're both trying to get the views. I'm not saying there's not enough people we can share views, but I'm talking about in terms of back to time management. When I'm not, streaming, I would like to say, hey, I dropped by and helped you with the views and chatted with you and everything to make you feel comfortable or to give you some assistance in terms of, hey, what's going on, and to interact pretty much because that's the big thing. You want to interact, but it's tough. It's tough for me. I'll say that because I have limited time, so I would rather just spend my time streaming. But I'm not doing jack. I cut on the stream and I'll follow. I used to follow like 3 or 5 other streamers that I was cool with, and I need to get back and doing that because I, I have no excuse not to do that. Even though I'm not there, I am a to the people I'm following for the most part. I'm a genuine article, so I do try to stop by and say what's up and ask how the game is going and interact with them. But that kind of takes it takes away from whatever you're doing next because you have to listen out to see what they're talking to, and I don't have that type of time to just sit there and watch somebody else play anymore because I want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that someone sits and watch play, and it's it's funny. So whenever I follow anybody, whenever we're doing a tag your favorite streamer or tag somebody who's aspiring or inspired, I would tag somebody, and if I let them know like this is, you know, there's no obligation. If I followed you because I thought you were cool, and that's it. If you want to follow me back after checking out my material, my content, bless it and thank you. If not, no hard feelings. I'm not gonna take mine back because maybe I just wasn't what you were looking for in terms of a streamer, and that's why I'm going the way I want to go right now. Cause I want to somehow build my own community through the podcast and just being a little bit less worried about the numbers. And that's not a hard thing for me. It's gonna take a while. It is gonna take a while because this is the slow and steady race at this point. It's the quality over quantity, and I need to build on the quantity. And I'm never gonna be the one that's gonna pay for a subscription. If I give this company this many dollars, hand me or give me 150 followers, you know. So that's not me. I can't do it. I have to go about it this way. This is where I feel more comfortable. This way, I feel a lot like it would be genuine whenever I do reach that 1,000, because there's gonna be so many people that I met through the interwebs that I'm a recognize. You know, I'm gonna get that 10 to 15 concurrent views. And some, like I said, I'm not knocking the supporter streamer thing at all, because I still do that. It's just that I can't focus on it like that. I can't let that be my main source, so I have to do it a different way. Excuse me. And you know, that's the fun part. It's the interesting part, because you got the people that make it work, and it's still genuine. Then you got the people that just work the system. Like I said, they're padding the numbers. They're getting either bots to reach that partner. But you reach partner, what's gonna happen? They're gonna let you go after they realize you're not reaching a certain concurrent views, which is why I think Twitch has their recommended their what's the word, requirements is you need an average of 75 a week concurrent views. That's a lot, when you're starting out. That's a hell of a lot. So you may get 200, I think, what, 50 followers, 200 followers, and then you need within that 200 followers of a minimum 75 concurrent views. There's a reason for that, so that way they're going to invest in somebody that's going to keep going, not just reach the requirements and then they reap the benefits, because they're gonna want their money. They're gonna want them subscriptions. And if you're not getting subscriptions, they're gonna let you go. If you're not looking like you can even get subscriptions, even though you've got the numbers, if they figure out that those aren't real numbers, you're not gonna get the partnership. So why even go through that like that? That was hot. Um, but like I said, not knocking it. There's a people that I follow, like Vision. I've seen him on Instagram a lot, and we haven't gamed together, but we've hosted each other, we've interacted with each other. That dude's a passionate and positive dude, and that's his main pull. Like that's one of his main things. He's that kind of guy. People go to him, and I've seen him go from the 0 zeros to now. I'm pretty sure I saw him with like 56 at some point in time. I know that was probably like a raid or a host, and maybe not even that. That might just have been his fan base. But he's genuinely worked the system in a positive way, not in a negative way, and that's something I'm pretty much proud of. That's cool. That's a goal, but I can't do it that way. That's definitely not me. I've tried it. I don't like it because I'm not a big Instagram person. It's ugh. I've never been social media. I just look at that for the memes, baby, just spicy memes. And so to network through that, I'm still gonna have to do it, but once again, you gotta do it your way. And if that way is the long way, so be it. Because it's only going to be the long way until you grab hold of something, and after that, it's going to shoot up. Once you figure it out, it's going to shoot up. So that's why I say, like, there's a positive and negative aspect, and negative does not necessarily mean bad. It just means, to me, it's not a preference. If it works for you, I'm not I'm not sentencing you to a streamer hell or anything. I'm just saying you just have to watch out. If you do it a positive way, in my eyes, then I feel like you're gonna have a stronger foundation as opposed to a weaker one. And you want that strong foundation no matter what you do, whether it's streaming, whether it's any other hobby. You want to be able to do it strong. Yeah, excuse me. Oh, we hit 35 minutes. Cool. Excuse me. So, like I said, that was that was topic 2 about what are my thoughts within a year of streaming, and the follow for follow mentality. Um, a lot of people are catching on to that, so I think it's not gonna be as prominent as it once was. People are gonna like legit network. They're gonna find people. They're gonna be more interactive, and that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna go back. I'm back on Instagram now. I took a couple weeks off because I was on vacation, and it just gave me an excuse not to be on it for a while. So instead of making these elaborate posts, I'm gonna keep it simple because that was the thing that was killing me making these posts. And do I have to note everything I'm doing? No, but I am gonna make my announcements off that. But just simple. So I'm gonna put whatever game I'm playing, and then write a couple words, and if people want to see it, they drop by. I probably do a lot more. I want to. What's the thing called where you like have pictures of yourself, pretty much? Well, I'm gonna do like more camera messages. Just gonna be real quick. I'm not the most camera photogenic. Wow, I almost said cameragenic. Woo. I said it out loud anyway, but I didn't say it seriously. But I'm not the most photogenic person, and so that's gonna be something I want to do. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I feel it will be a lot more personal, and I think that's the big thing. If I just do a post, it's not personal. I'm a personal person. I like to talk in person. I want people to see me if they see me, and I think that helps out a whole lot that someone sees you. So that is my thoughts pretty much. So follow for follow, exit. Now I figured that out fast, and it's just now I think I'm in a position where I can do it my way, and it's gonna be big, baby. It's gonna be big. Hopefully not too big. That's what she said. But hopefully it's not something that's gonna be too much to overcome, because I have a lot of plans, and that's I haven't had these plans in my head for like maybe over a year, definitely. And it's just like, can I do it? Then I got to the point, well, let me work on this first, and now I'm back on. I can do this, and I'm gonna do it. I wish I used that time in between to really reinforce the foundation, but the foundation is there and it's not loose. I know what I want to do. I just have to get the physical parts put together. So yeah, that was it. Like this, those are the big things. The networking mentality. What are my true goals going to be? Which my main thing is to make it a hobby, to have fun, but also use this platform to springboard into something else that I want to do. Which once again, I know you're gonna hate me for this. It's something that's gonna be um, let known over the next few weeks. I would say I am making some changes to my channel for those that are following me, and see, it's the basic stuff, but I'm a I'm gonna change a couple of things, some colors. I'm gonna change the format. I'm still gonna stream. If you see my Instagram posts on i7 Code on Instagram, there's the weekend warrior that I want to do, in which I'm gonna try to get together with some people that maybe I've met on the streams or whatnot, got cool with, and make start the community build with that. I'm trying to use Grand Theft Auto. I got back into that. Me and my girlfriend, she just got into it for the first time, and I want to find some cool people that we can make a lobby with. So I think a lobby is 30 gamers, and if I could get 15 and just make a solo lobby, and we don't all have to do missions together, but it would be a peaceful a peaceful lobby. You don't have to worry about people griefing you. Start with that and go from there. And then next one, I want to do a fighting, because I want to get back into fighting games. I got Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and I am garbage, you know, just straight gutter trash. So I'm gonna go back and relearn my basics and apply that to not just that. I want to learn. There's a few fighting games I want to get back into, like a Street Fighter series, Mortal Kombat, and Dragon Ball. So Dragon Ball has what's the system they use? Shit. The fuck is that system? I forgot what it's called, but the system that Blaze Blue and Guilty Gear they use. I was a big Guilty Gear fan. I love that game, and I knew if I go back in time, I whoop my old self's ass because he button mashed like crazy. There was a little bit of method to it, but I have a more refined method to this madness. but it's still button mashing. I got the borderline basics. So I want to get back into that and have fun with that. So yeah, that was topic two. That was just to give an explanation of what I thought about streaming and certain aspects that I felt either about to change or needed to change when I first started, and how I think I'm gonna overcome that. Not think how I am gonna overcome that. Bump that, because that's not what I want to do. I want to do it my way. And topic 3.1, because it's gonna be a point two, is what's the point of the podcast? And the podcast has been referenced before. It is a way for me to network in a different way. I've always wanted to do podcasting for like a few years now. Even though I don't listen to it that much, there's a few people I like to listen to. But I'm not like a heavy podcast person. But I think in the next few days I'm gonna start branching out and listen to other people. There's a couple guys on YouTube that podcast I wanna give some support to and listen to, like Nando V Movies. I think he has one called Not to Nitpick This, and he's really cool with his videos. But I'm not gonna get to that. We're not gonna do too many shout outs like that. But him and Mr. Sunday Movies and Funhouse I do from time to time. It's a polarizing experience because they're still goofy, but they're a lot more serious. I have to get used to that. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, they're normal people. But I do like when they do have podcasts or have talks because they're actually some deep people. But I want to do podcasting for, I guess, the reason to, it was a justification to rant sometimes, or to rant, or just to speak out, speak my opinion, and just let it be it. I'm not trying to criticize anybody. I'm not trying to change the world. It's just, you know what? If you agree with me, cool. If you do not, cool. So I always enjoyed that podcast because like you just talk to a mic, you say your ideas, you ramble a little bit, your tangents, bring it back, you laugh, and it just always seemed like a cool way to kind of also like a stress reliever as well. Because maybe you can't, maybe just telling a few people is not enough. Maybe if you had the option to tell the potentially the world, then something good could come of it. So the podcast is kind of like that. It's my networking stress reliever. And I say networking because the goal is if people can see this, can see me talk, how I talk, how real it is when I talk. 'Cause I think you could tell this is genuine. You know, I don't vlog, but or watch vlogs. But I have seen like other YouTubers like podcast or just vlog, and they're extra. They're just so extra. They're yelling and it's not like an instance where like okay I can see why they did that and you can understand, but it's a constant string of just oh my god and blah blah blah. It's like okay, so like those guys pander, and some people love that. I'm knocking them, but I just why But I digress. The idea is for you to meet me without meeting me. You know, that's the best way to sum it up. I feel like if you can relate to somebody that you listen to, or if I want to build a community, I want people I can relate to. I want like-minded individuals. I like to swear. That's why my channel on stream, well, excuse me, my mixer channel is always going to be plus 18. It's never going to be family friendly at all, ever, 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 ever. It's always going to be plus 18 because I don't in regards to stream, I don't care about the kids like that. You know, if a child wants to watch and he's like at least 12, 12, 15, yeah, cool. I don't care. That's fine, but don't let your 8-year old son and child like get on the mixer start chatting with me and I'm like cussing, they're telling me to stop cussing or I said a bad word. That shit is annoying. It's annoying. But I just, and I might sound selfish. I might sound like I'm being very cynical and shit. I don't care. I don't want. I'm not trying to be a role model to kids at this point in time. Not with the stream. I want to be myself and relax on the stream. Like with this podcast. You've heard me cuss. I don't. I didn't cuss a lot, but there, I'm cussing. You know, I'm gonna curse. I'm gonna say profane things. I have a dark humor. There's some things I laugh at. I say ridiculous stuff sometimes, and kids will never get that. You know. Hello and good night. Thanks, Alkaline Flea. Were you watching this entire time? Were you on Mixer? Okay. I do appreciate you dropping by and giving me a salutations and good night, though. Hope I get to see you soon on the stream. But where was I? Oh yeah, for the kids. Yeah, I'm more like bump the kids. Oh man, that may haunt me for the rest of my days, but I stand by it. But yeah, the podcast is just to me it's a good way to interact. I think it's a really good way to interact because I'm hoping in the next few weeks that it's not just gonna be me talking to a mic. You know, I'm asking myself questions. It's gonna be a point where people are gonna drop by, ask me questions, and we're gonna get to know each other. And at that point, more importantly for the viewer and the follower, is are they gonna stay? It's just am I somebody that makes good content for them? You know, can they be like, I definitely get what he's saying. You know, I didn't think anybody else thought that way because that's the whole point. Is I'm trying to find other people that think like me. You know, there's few out there. You know, I have really good friends. My girlfriend, we have pretty similar thoughts, and you always think that until you met them, like, oh, I didn't know anybody else was thinking that way, and then you laugh, and that's what I want. I want to be able to do that. Oh, I'm pushing 47 minutes. All right, I'm gonna kind of cut this one. I'm gonna give myself about another 8 minutes because this went way longer than I thought. I was just want to do 30 minutes. But yeah, this is my way to steer clear from IG to a degree. IG will be used for announcements. Discord would be where I'm. Discord would be right below my podcast, or this Discord would be home base pretty much, because that's where you're being yourself. That's where you got people coming to you and finding out where things at. IG would be to spread the word pretty much. Discord, which I need to build on. That's gonna be my next project, maybe this week. I think what's today? Wednesday? I think maybe Friday or Saturday. I might work on my Discord. Having this, yeah. That way I could just have that foundation laid out. I have one. I just have yet to build on it. It just seems so intimidating. But yeah, I'm gonna work on that so that way I got my Instagram game. Like I know what I want to do for that. I got my stream podcast, which is this is episode 2. I'm having fun with that. I think I think this could work. I think people can watch it, which I have not announced any of these. But when I start announcing, I'm hoping that I get that way for people. And Discord will definitely be where I'm gonna be at the most. Not Facebook or Instagram. They're just gonna be used for announcements and to catch any lingering. Where I want to get is people on YouTube and just word of mouth type stuff. And another quick thing, like with the podcast, like I said, it's gonna be once a week, so this is not gonna be a lot of heavy content. Um, yeah, not heavy, but it's like I said, it's just me just spitting shit out my mouth, pretty much. Um, there's a couple of segments I'm gonna do, so this probably will be a 45-minute show because I do want to talk about certain things about Xbox because I'm on the Xbox, so that is my system of choice because that's all I have. But if any news that catches my eye, I would like to kind of speak on it. I'm not going to be a news channel because not everything really catches my eye or I care about. There's a couple things I like, oh, interesting, and then I would love to talk about it and maybe do some research on the podcast. And also, Xbox has the Game Pass, so I will probably like announce what pops up for my own benefit, like because everybody can see what I see. So that's tentative. That's tentative at most. So I might do just things that I can say that's important to me. Like if a game that I like is on sale, I'm gonna let people know. I'm not gonna let every game that's on the sale list. I'm not gonna announce all those because I don't care. But if I announce a game that I like and someone else is like, oh yeah, he likes this game, that's gonna be my way to hook another potential friend. Be like, oh shoot, we like Battlefield 5, which I don't have, but I'm announcing that it's on sale. I'm gonna play it. We might party up and play. Not only do I have a follower, I have a clanmate or a teammate, and vice versa. And that could be years, a year's worth of friendship right there starting. So, so that's it. Yeah, I'm not gonna be a hardcore channel with my podcast. It's not gonna be strictly news where I'm like criticizing or critiquing anything. I just may say like, oh look, that's something that's interesting. Might my watch, you know, um, and then spit out my thoughts on that. And in terms of reviewing, I'm gonna play some games. I'm definitely playing games, and whenever I finish it, I am gonna give just a quick review. Like, this was cool. The graphic was great. I enjoyed the story. The mechanics was fun. If you haven't played this game, play it. If it's not good, I'm not gonna say it's good. I'm just gonna say it was okay. That's gonna be pretty much my rate system. Either they're awesome and cool, or it was all right, and I'll probably never touch it again. So. But I think that is going to be the end of today's podcast. I feel really good about this one. This was pretty good. Excuse me, let's see, 50, I think about 55 minutes, which it was only supposed to be about 30 to 45-minute podcast. But I knew topic 2 was going to be the big one, the biggie. So let me make sure everything's okay. This will be the last podcast for this week. I'm gonna come back next week, Tuesday, and I will announce. Will I announce? Haven't decided yet. I might announce. I might announce. But I do next. No, next week I'm gonna try. But I'm gonna try game. I got some games picked out. That's not too heavy. So that way I can still talk and just simply play the game. So that's the go. And I hope this recorded. Yeah. I think OBS got this. I'm gonna have to cut this part out. But anyway, this was Ice Cold. This is the No Pressure Podcast. Episode 2. What's in a name? Oh, I'm glad. And that's why I said that. So real quick, the reason why it's No Pressure Podcast is because of I'm known to say no pressure. It's everything's gonna be okay. And it's not like this optimistic blind faith that like everything's gonna be all right. It's just more of me saying that what comes my way, I'm not gonna let it add pressure to whatever I'm going through. And that, especially when it comes to your own hobby, when it comes to especially streaming, you don't want to add pressure. You want it to be a fun experience, you know. And if that can apply to more than just a hobby, like working or relationships, then I think that's what you need. So I always say no pressure because it's either gonna work or it's going not. If it doesn't work, then I'm gonna try to make it work a different way. If it's a possible thing. So that's why it's called the No Pressure Podcast. I'm doing streaming with no pressure, other than my motivation to do something great with it. I don't, I'm not stressed by it. Nothing's coming down. Nothing's making me feel like I can't do it. It's just me, you know, my support system, and hopefully whatever I can build from it. So that is why it's called the No Pressure Podcast. It's just my way of saying to relax and just let it be what it is and make it work to your benefit. Okay, so like I said, what's in the name? That's what's in the name. That's why it's called No Pressure Podcast. And that's gonna conclude season 0, episode 2. I'll be back next week. If anybody's watching this between now and next time I do, you know it's coming back pretty soon. I'll think about doing an announcement for these because these are just fun podcasts. It's not official in my opinion. It's just me to get used to stuff. But yeah, that's it. I'm about to get on the stream right now, so whoever's watching want to stay for that, more than welcome to. Thanks, guys. Stay cool, stay smooth.